You're listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
Well, power me, it's your boy Al Mega, and welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders Podcast. And today, we get into the world of digital collectibles. How so? Because we're talking right here with a pioneer in the game, baby. I mean, he's known for pioneering in Web3 and AR-related premium licensed digital collectibles. That's right, he's a geek, man. Let me tell you. He's also the co-CEO of VeVe, baby. Let me introduce the one, the only, the mighty Ben Rose.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing great, man. I'm excited to have you on, man. Listen, tech and comics and all this stuff is, I'm a fan. You know what I mean? This is a lot of my personal hobbies and loves. So I love to talk to folks that are making these waves, if you will, and combining these passions of mine. So I can't wait to get into what you're doing with VeVe. This new thing you got going on, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Oh my God, exciting. I have a little video to show you guys too, so that way you guys can really, understand what's popping. But before we do all that, Ben, again, thank you. And for those who just are not in the know, because how dare they if they're not, let them know a little bit about yourself, where you're originally from, and most important question of your life ever. What is the first thing in all of fandom that you first fell in love with?
All right. So my very, very first thing that I fell in love with was Sesame Street as a kid. Really into Sesame Street. I've still got my cuddly Bert, and I'm a big Jim Henson fan. So that was back in the day. Sesame Street, the Fraggles, loved it. Loved all that kind of stuff.
Excellent. So, where was you from? How did you get that access?
So I was born in the UK. Grew up in the UK and moved to New Zealand about 20 years ago. Came over for a job, fell in love with the place, forgot to leave, and so fast forward now, I'm a little bit older than that, and so I'm a Kiwi. I've got a Kiwi family, live in Auckland, New Zealand, and love it, and that was how I met the guys at VeVe, because VeVe it's got its founders living in New Zealand, but team members all around the world, and happened to meet those guys, and the rest was history.
Oh, that's dope. Now, I want to get back to your family. So Sesame Street was your first love. You said Jim Henson. Where would you watch it back where you were? And what other access to Jim Henson did you have? Did you also watch the Muppets, for example?
we had the Muppets. I think for me as a kid, me and my older brother would sit and we'd watch a couple of things. We'd watch Sesame Street. We'd also watch the wrestling. You remember the WWF, now the WWE?
Oh, yeah, man.
We got big into that because we were young boys and that stuff was exciting, and so we would just, I think weekends you'd start off by sitting around before the adults woke up, and you kind of gather around the TV, and that was a bit of a special time. And then when we got older, I think our parents bought a cuddly Ernie for my brother and a Bert for me, and we just started the dream from there. And I just the problem with collecting, right, is that once you get bitten by the bug, it never lets go. Lets go.
That's why I had to point this camera the other way, because if you see my collection and then, but you don't, if someone always says you don't have this, I start looking it up. I'm like, oh my God, I think I need this, you bastard.
Right, that's right. And I've got a problem for you, Al, as well. Now there's a Jim Henson comic that's just launched.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Let's
really
put
good.
that up. I mean, let's see that. Let's see that again.
This launched on the 8th of January. This is issue number 1, and it's a series. It's pretty cool. So they've done it. The Jim Henson Company have worked with Boom Studios, and it's a short run 4-edition comic, taking some of those franchises, Fraggle Rock and Labyrinth and a few others, and just reimagining new stories, and it's awesome. Oh, cool. And so, I couldn't. I was in New York recently. I couldn't help but grab some physical variants, and that's what I mean, right? When the bug gets you, it's got you. It's too late. It's over.
excellent, man. So growing up, I mean, did you have outside of your family a tribe of geeks, if you will, in your fandom, or were you kind of the lone wolf and keeping it quiet? Being the cool?
Yeah, totally keeping it quiet. I think when I got older, like when you're growing up, you just don't want to be different, right? And then when you get a little bit older, you realize, hang on a second, actually, it's pretty cool to be a geek. And there are some pretty cool people out there. So I kind of found my tribe when I was older. So now, and I've got kids myself, so I encourage them to, you know what, if you're into something, just enjoy it and be into it, because you'll get a lot from it in later on. But yeah, no, it was totally on the down low for sure.
So talk to me a bit about your journey then, because what you're doing now is, again, it's nerddom, but it's also tech. I mean, when it came to your professionalism and how you wanted to move forward, what was the love there?
So my professional background, I started off in advertising and marketing and moved into sales and started to work for bigger companies, doing interesting things in finance, in media, and tech, and then later on in crypto and blockchain. And so what I really enjoyed doing, and I learned to do over the years, was how to disrupt industries and how to grow businesses and be really clear about a proposition that's going to upend a category, and then really growing that and embedding that. And so that was, done that over a lot of different categories and industries. But the thing that was consistent was starting off with a really big challenge of, an industry that's been around for a long time. So in finance, right? When I was working for Binance, the crypto exchange, it was, you've got banking, it's been around for hundreds of years, but here's this new industry that's delivers a much superior proposition for consumers. How do you teach people about it, challenge some of the preconceptions, get them to trial it? And it was just the same with VeVe, right? You've got collecting, which has been around for, we're talking thousands of years, right? And it's now.
Wait, what's the oldest hobby then? Is it prostitution or collecting?
They actually found, I think it was from 100,000 years ago, they found a collection of pebbles in an Asian settlement. Archaeologists found it. That had no reason other than someone was collecting. So we've done this for years, right? We've done it for years.
Collecting is just the thing. It's innate within who we are, and it just evolves. No pun intended. We're going to talk about it in a little, but
exactly. So that was the thing, right? You've got collecting. We've done it for years, and we do it because it makes us feel good, because we enjoy it, but also because it connects us with people who are into the same stuff. So it opens up your social horizons, right? So we've always done that, but physically. So every year, $475 billion gets spent on collectibles around the world every single year, and it's growing, right? It's getting bigger and bigger every year.
There's no money, but look at. Repeat that number.
$475 billion a year.
There's no money, people. Oh, we're broke. My ass. You're broke for the things you need, but you're not broke for what you want.
Listen, but everyone loves something, right? Everyone loves a team, a sneaker, a comic, a whatever, a movie. Everyone's into something.
Cobra, Decepticons, Spawn, Skeletor. I was like, dude, that's my shit.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
So, you have another Megatron? Yeah, and
That's right. So collecting's happening, right? It's been happening for years. We're all into it, but unlike almost every other industry, it hasn't yet gone digital. And so what VeVe has been doing for the last 4 years or so is saying, well, hang on, that's awesome, that industry, but did you know that digital gives you the ability to do even more cool stuff with your collectibles? And so it's not an instead of, it's an and. And so that's what I found really exciting, because think about those industries that have been disrupted by digital over the last 10, 15, 20 years, and how the way we live's changed. So we think the same is the case with comics, because people are absolutely always going to love to go and buy the comic, get to the store and feel it and read it. But you know what? Digitally, there's another way to experience them, which we think adds to the experience. And so, thankfully, so do Humanoids and Marvel and Dynamite and all those other guys.
And I think that you are coming in at a perfect time, even with today's announcement. I don't know if you've heard Diamond bankruptcy, for example, and like, yo, there's gonna be some serious stuff going on in the business, and to have different digital options, if you will, of distribution now. You know what I mean? I think this could be a great come up for the digital industry to say, hey, but we're here, and it's not as crazy to distribute on my platform as it would be to have all these physical books. Is that the other? But also, I think a digital company needs to align with a print on demand company, for those collectors that want those print copies,
Yeah. So we set up. We launched VeVe Comics last year. We launched with Marvel as our first partner. And so
can I ask though, why, I heard of VeVe prior, and then I know that again when you launched that, it's only, VeVe's been around, but now this baby is only a year old. What kind of inspired that move to get into the comic space though?
So we've got two co-founders, David Yu and Dan Crothers, and both big into collecting and into comics. And so it was always part of our vision that one day we would do that. But we started off we started off 4 years ago with a conversation actually with DC and with Disney and others to introduce the idea of digital collectibles, because it was brand new, right? And these IP holders, these licensors hadn't done a lot of it, and they were a bit nervous about it. And so for us, it was about proving that could work, building the platform, starting to build the audience, and from there saying, okay, well that's exciting. Now what do our audience want as well? And of course they're into comics, right? And we've got other plans too over the next few years of other things that we're going to add on, but comics was always in the plan. And because we looked at the comics world and we saw that, we see the changes that are happening. We think this is a really good way for publishers to reach an audience in addition to the stuff that they do. So Marvel we launched with, you can get the same day releases on VeVe as you can in comic stores.
Nice.
We've recently added on other publishers. So you spoke to Alex from Humanoids, and we're now working with Dynamite, with Ablaze. We've got a few more to announce later this year as well.
And that's beautiful. Woo! I love to hear this. Yes, people, publishers understanding the value now. And again, after today's announcement, I believe that you guys are probably going to get a lot more questions, if you will, about your platform, because listen, there's a lot of indie guys that and companies that are about to get messed up, I think. And
we also last year spoke, and we're going to release this pretty soon, about a comic curator platform. So we're going to enable artists to come to the platform, submit their comics, and access that audience. And so we're looking at a number of different ways to help big publishers and independent artists access that audience, because when you're a comic reader, you just want to read the stuff that you like, irrespective of who's made it, right? And so that's the dream, that's the vision, and that's what we're working on.
I love it. All right, now, guys, I've been teasing a little bit because we have been here for a big reason, because they're doing he's talking about all this digital space stuff and and things that could be done different. Let me give you a tease of what he means when it comes to different. Oh my God, check this out. We're about to talk about this whole new phase in the VeVe Comics world called E-Volvables. Oh my God, yo, okay, that looks crazy. It looks different, yo. Talk to me, man. Explain what is E-Volvables and how fans can get involved and even engage with what I just showed here.
Okay, so it's super straightforward. The first thing you got to do is go to veve.me and sign up. That's the first thing.
Step one.
Step one. Sign up. veve.me. Super easy.
What?
So you do that. What E-Volvables is about? E-Volvables came from the insight that what collectors love about their collectibles is they love the ownership. They love the scarcity. They love to engage with that IP. But once you've bought a physical collectible, it never changes, right? There's nothing you can do. It never changes. It's static. It stays the same.
It either goes on the wall or stays in the box.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So E-Volvables is basically a drop program where we're going to do a drop of commons, and there'll be an accessible price point. So we did the Punisher first appearance, and it was $20. So $20, you got one. You got a common.
All right.
But
So I hear the term is 20 gems. So 20 gems is $20. So it's $1 per gem.
Yeah, we've got an in-app currency called gems.
Okay.
So you can buy on VeVe through Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit card. It's super easy.
But the currency is at the dollar value, then, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So you buy gems. So with E-Volvables, you start off. We'll do a drop. We'll do a common, right? Pretty accessible price point, and there'll be a whole load of those. If you want to then go to the next stage, you want to go from common to to uncommon. You're going to burn the common that you bought, and you're going to either use some MCP points, collector points that you earn, or you're going to pay some money.
Wait. All right. Now you gotta help. Listen, for those who's just I'm not. Come on, Ben. You're the big boss. You gotta explain these things. When you talk about burning, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so you buy. So if you want one of the commons, it's easy. You buy it. You got it. Then you go to the uncommons. There's fewer of those. So to get there, you got to do some work. You got to earn it, because we don't want everybody being able to have one, right? You got to make it a little bit more desirable.
Okay.
And so you evolve your collectible. What you do is you give up your uncommon, you burn it, you lose it, gone. You add on a few gems, and now you hold the uncommon. But only a few people hold the uncommon.
Okay.
Up another level, and there's 5 levels of rarity, just like in physical collectibles. You get your really common collectibles, and then you get those super secret rare ones that only a few people have. It's exactly the same. You just step up.
Store variants.
That's right. And the way that VeVe collectibles work is they're NFTs. It's on the blockchain, so it's super transparent how many exist of that particular one and which number you've got.
But all right, so okay, what I'm looking up is a common is 20 gems, uncommon is 699 gems, a rare 699 gems, ultra rare 999, secret rare. Like, you're fucking me up with it. But this is great. So secret rare will cost you about $53.96 in that example. Is that true overall?
That's exactly right. So that's how you get it when we do the drop. The other thing on VeVe is we've got a secondary marketplace. So if someone ends up with a collectible that they don't want and they're happy to sell, they'll put it on the marketplace and you can buy it from them and they'll set the price.
Oh, nice.
So, and it's the same with comics. When you buy a comic, you might want to buy and hold it. You might want to buy, one of the golden age super rare ones and hold on to it forever. Or you might want to buy one, read it, and go, you know what, this isn't for me. You stick it on the market. You can sell it to somebody else. Away you go.
And, all right. So when we buy it, it's ours, and it just like any blockchain, we could go ahead and move our collectible forward, and then we want it, and everything's there. It's safe. Everybody knows who's the new owner. This, that, the other.
So it's all within the VeVe ecosystem. So you can buy, you can showcase, and you can sell all within that ecosystem. So it's not self-custody. And the reason we don't do that is because we want it to be a place that users, it's really safe for them, and they don't have to navigate all the complicated stuff about blockchain and crypto. It's just easy. You can sign up and access it, but also making sure that for the licenses and for the brands and the publishers, they're comfortable with the security and the safety around it too.
All right, so I see a great question from someone that they sent me prior, right? So primary versus secondary markets. Can I purchase E-Volvables from the secondary market and then use them in the craft and burn?
Yeah, you can. It depends on the drop. Sometimes we allow that, sometimes we don't. Depends on what the collectible is. So we've only done a couple of E-Volvables drops so far. We did the Punisher, which was the first appearance, and we did Sabretooth as well. We've got another one coming up, which is pretty exciting, which is Galactus. And so, yeah, each time we'll do a drop, we'll have all the kind of conditions. We'll have a blog about it, and people will get into it. And some of the mechanics we just set up as super easy and simple. Like if you're new to all this stuff, you know what, you can turn up, you can use Apple Pay, you get a collectible. But when people start really getting into it, they want to start gaming it and they want to start building up the sets and all that kind of stuff. So there's kind of something for everyone.
I love it. So, and you know, being that you're a mover and shaker and all, and doing this, because I think again, if people saw that what you showed you, that is fire. So, how do you think that Evolvables is going to impact the digital markets, the digital collectibles market?
So we think E-Volvables is actually going to impact the physical collectibles market too, because it's just something that you can't do with your physical collectible, right? So once you've got it, you got it. And that experience kind of ends at that point. You own it, you hold it, but the kind of, you know, interaction with it ends at that point. So we think this is pretty exciting, and we think this is something that, you know, physical collectors are going to look at and go, that's quite interesting. That whole digital collecting world, now I understand that's a bit different. There's more stuff that you can do. And you know, those upgrades in the future will be animation, there'll be sound, there'll be all kind of things that you just can't do with your physical, right?
Oh, really? Oh, this is kind of all right, bro. You tempted me like a mother right now. You better give me a white tiger. I'm Puerto Rican. I need my first Puerto Rican hero. I need to see a white tiger. He's gonna be the new Daredevil show, so I mean, there's reason to kind of put him on now. You know what I mean? Okay. So talk to me, man. Like, do you have any insights that you can share with me, or future collaborations that are kind of the landscape for this? Because again, I see it's Marvel right now. Is there potential for other future partners to kind of jump in and
100%.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, look, for sure. And I know you're going to put our socials up at the end of this. We would love for comic publishers, big or small, to reach out to us. So we've as I said, we've got Marvel, Humanoids, Dynamite, Ablaze, 24/7. We're about to release the Comic Curator program, which means that independent publishers can come and publish on the platform. We're really interested in starting to broaden out geographically as well. So we're having some really interesting conversations with comic publishers in Asia and in Europe in particular.
Oh, wonderful.
Because at the moment, you know, we've got a very North American kind of stable of brands, and we want to start to broaden that out. And we want to, you know, we really want to get into manga and manhwa as well. So yeah, you're going to see new publishers coming this year from all over the world. But yeah, absolutely. If anyone is watching this and would like to get in touch, please do. We are, you know, we're open for business. We're here to grow comic reading online as a practice, as a platform. So get in touch with us.
You hear this? And that's how easy you get in touch. All you gotta do is follow them on social at X. That is VeVe. Now VeVe easily is VeVe. So it's VeVe_comics. On Instagram is VeVe Comics_. YouTube is VeVe Digital Collectibles. All right. So make sure to check them out. That's where that now. If you want to follow my man right here, my big homie, you can follow him on X at Mr. Ben Rose. That's Mr. Ben Rose. But most importantly, is that VeVe.me website. So you can check out the comics they have currently. But on the VeVe.me, and talk to me, is like, if people want to get involved right now, you're talking about that curator program. I mean, where are we at with that? Is that something that's going to happen now? How is it open now? How can people contact you through the website if they want to get involved?
They absolutely can. Yeah. Look, so right now it's not live right now. We're finalizing it at the moment, so it will be live. It's pretty close right now. Anyone can reach out to us on socials or to me. Don't worry about the fact that it's not live yet. We'll get straight into the conversation, and we can talk to you about how it looks, how it works. You know, what the commercials look like, what the size of the audience, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're good to go. We've got a great team at VeVe Comics, and so yeah, we've got a team ready to talk to you.
You see, this is Ben Rose, man. He's killing it. So, are you going to be making appearances though at any conventions maybe this year where people could meet the VeVe team and maybe even meet you? What's popping?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to publish in the next month or so. We're going to publish a list of the events that we're going to be at this year.
Awesome.
You know, we usually do things like New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con. We're looking at doing those, but also going to some other places around the world as well. Hopefully there'll be some European events in there as well. So we've got users in our community from 180 different countries, and lots of them are in the US and Canada, but we've got loads in Germany, the UK, and France, all over the place, Mexico, everywhere. So yeah, we absolutely will be at the Comic Cons, we'll be at the cons, but we'll be doing a little bit more as well.
Oh man, I'm excited. Hopefully, I get to meet you, man. You guys thinking to do maybe anything on the Northeast, like New York Comic Con, Royal Island Comic Con, anything like that?
Yeah, for sure we'll be at New York. We've been there the last few years, and yeah, we had a great booth this year and or last year now, and some cool events around that, some parties. We got some great artists.
Man, wait, what's up, man? I gotta get involved, man. I want to hit that party. Let's go. Let's hang out, man.
Awesome. Now we've spoken. Now you're on the list.
Yeah, man. We need to go. You need Mr. Web over there at VeVe. Come on, let's go. But folks, for real, did you see? Let me show you again. Just two pictures again. Look at this. Look how dope that pun look. Holy shit, man. Mad Gangster. Yo, E-Volvables. It's coming to VeVe Collectibles. I mean, you gotta check it out, man. This is the business right here. If you're a fan of comics, and if you are a type of collector that evolves and understands what digital could bring, and and just keep growing the way that we collect, man. I'm telling you, man, this is the wave, and I think VeVe is having a lot of fun and doing the right things with it. I mean, man, Ben, like, when you're talking about mover and shaker, this is my last question to you. That way you can inspire others. You said talking about your mover and shaker. What is it that inspired you to do that? Or be that person? Like, I want to make change. What inspires that?
I think if you've got an opportunity in your career, you should try your hardest to make a difference, and you should try your hardest to, at the end of it, be able to look back and say, I did that, I grew that, or I fixed that, or I turned that thing around, right? So if you're going to spend so much of your life working, make it meaningful, make it something that makes a difference that you're proud of. And I, when I first met with David, who's our founder, I was working at Binance, and they're doing that, right? They're disrupting an industry. I met David, and he told me about the collectibles industry and about his journey and VeVe's journey, and I thought, wow, there's this massive industry that has been, going for years and years, but no huge change. And there's this enormous opportunity with digital to make it more accessible to people all around the world, to make it easier for people to get into collecting, to remove the carbon footprint of storage and freight and all that kind of stuff, and to leverage this brand new technology, blockchain and NFTs, in a whole new way. And I thought, wow, that's pretty exciting. So yeah, being able to make a difference, and at the end of your time, look back and say, I did that. That's the driver for me.
There we go, man. Ben Rose is talking about growing them flowers, no pun intended with his last name, you know what I mean? Leaving them roses on earth, talking about, smell those roses that I created. Check this out. That's fire advice, man. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate your time, man. So again, I'm going to repeat one more time, man, because again, this is important. You got to check these guys out, especially you guys on indie, man. Like, listen, Diamond Drop, you need other platforms right now. And maybe go on this digital wavelength, and you could maybe do some cool drops. Okay. Oof. Wait. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Very last question. With this E-Volvables program, let's say, for example, you do this creator, John. I mean, will they have the opportunity to do like an E-Volvable for their characters?
Yeah. So what we do with comics at the moment, what works really well is, when we release a comic as a collectible, we'll do 5 cover variants. So common all the way up to secret rare. Cool. And so we might sell it for $6.99 or $5.99. So the user will buy it, and then let's see which one of the 5 they get. And they, some will go for the secret rare, and some will go to build the whole set. And so we found that works really, really well. So we did, like, recently with, if I think about humanoids, if I think about Dynamite, very recently we did the Thundercats #1. We did 5 editions of that, and it sold out because people wanted to have the whole set.
Nice.
And so that's the way we do it with comics currently. But hey, look, that might change. If there's a better way in the future, we're going to work with our comic publishers to do it. It's all about just growing the audience, right? So get in touch with us. We want to help you reach a new audience.
My creators that watch the show, because I know some of y'all do. Y'all told me. Thank you. Check them out right here, for real. You're hearing my man Ben. He handling some business and trying to help y'all. So check it out. Different, different avenues, different lanes. Get yourselves out there. Check out that website, VeVe.me, baby. That's right. Check out my brother, Mr. Ben Rose on X. And again, the socials is VeVe_comics, Instagram, VeVe Comics _YouTube, VeVe Digital Collectibles. Show that love. They're also in there. They're out there. They're working hard, and making it work. So, it takes a village, baby. So let's up on another grow. And with that, I'm Al Mega with the amazing Ben Rose. Thank you again, man. Listen, I can't wait to see what's coming from VeVe, and I'm ready to spend my money. I already opened an account too, so I'm ready to start adding some collectibles. Let's go.
Awesome.
Epa! Ben Rose, Omega. Hasta la próxima. Thank you, Crusaders. Later.
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.